Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Michael Cherokee. I am a preventive specialist. What a preventive specialist is, I'm basically a health and fitness expert, but my job is to actually approach the actual Jane and John Doe. So what I'd like to kind of talk about today, and from this point moving forward, I'll be giving some advice and some tips on true nature of health and fitness and what things that people are doing today that are just completely wrong. Okay, so my job is not to try to offer you a six-pack. I'm not trying to get you ready for a competition or anything like that. My client base is a very large market. That's Jane and John Doe. So what mostly I see on here is just a lot of like, hey, get a six-pack, lose weight fast, fad diets, things like that. But I'm not going to preach to you about fad diets. I'm just going to teach you about true science behind the nature of what we're supposed to be doing as a society and what we haven't been doing. So what I want to show you today is going to be some things that I would consider some bad habits. Okay. These bad habits are some things that I've seen over the years. I'm been in the health and fitness industry for over 20 years. I've actually been a personal trainer for 14 years, but I actually train trainers on how to do their job as well. So what I want to start off with is habit number one. Okay, most people, when it comes to losing weight, okay, they want to shrink their portions down. Okay, shrinking portions when, for example, they haven't even been eating enough food to begin with. What I see a majority of what people are doing today is that they're eating these small little yogurt meals or little granolas or handfuls of nuts throughout the day, and then they'll probably eat maybe lunch. Usually it's probably not something they're supposed to be eating anyway. It's takeout, or maybe they're trying to make healthy decisions and they're getting salads, or again, they're getting something that's this real small portion. It's processed, and then they wait till they get home at night, and then they'll have dinner. And usually dinner is probably like some more carbs and some salad. I'm sorry, not carbs, but protein and a salad. And then then they're starving after that. Maybe some of them are having something like fruit at nighttime. Other people will also try to do fruit throughout the day because they think fruit is a healthy option, but that's not going to actually help your metabolism. You're actually throwing your calorie count way down below. You're not eating enough food. So in order to boost your metabolism, you actually need to start consuming enough food throughout the day, not small calorie meals. We all actually need a serving of a protein, a serving of a complex carb, and in that a certain amount of fats too, but a lot of your meats would have some fats in it as well, but there is a balance. We are actually structured to eat periodically throughout the day. If we're not, we're not helping our metabolism by no means, okay? So stop eating these small little meals. Start eating your protein and your carbs. How much that is, I'm gonna have to kind of bring that up on another day, another topic as well. So, and I will get into that. So, for example, if you want to know about an actual serving size for men and women, tune in for another video that I'll discuss about next. Okay. Number two, bad habit number two. Okay. Skipping meals. Another thing that people are doing today is they think that skipping breakfast is going to help them lose weight. They actually brag about it. It's amazing that it used to be a long time ago, something that was considered rationing was 3 meals a day, at least. That was the bare minimum. Now today people are only eating 1 or 2 times per day. Sometimes it's only 1, okay? That's definitely going to stop your metabolism. It's going to slow it down. You're not going to lose any weight from it, but what it actually does is it forces your body into a survival mechanism. That survival mechanism is going to cause your body to store it as fat, okay? Thousands of years ago, when we were all walking and running the plains and we were running after woolly mammoths, and being chased by saber-toothed tigers, there were days in between meals. So our bodies knew that. So in order for us to survive, the way we evolved was to store what we ate as fat until we ate again. It did not know when we were going to eat. But back then we were moving around a lot. We didn't have all the impurities in our foods back then. We ate off the land. We ate meats. We ate, just what grew out of the ground. Today, a lot of our foods are just loaded with preservatives. It's not even like, if it's processed, it's got lots of stuff that we don't need, okay? But, we can't skip meals. And when we do that, we cause our metabolisms to slow down, okay? Now, I'm not talking about fad diets, because there's a lot of other diets out there and programs like intermittent fasting, but if you're just getting started in a fitness program, I would not advise you to go out of the realm of something like a fad diet, or try to venture into something like intermittent fasting. You need to get on a very easy program to start, okay? Track your body, okay? And just remember that most of the people that are preaching these intermittent fasting, and I got nothing against intermittent fasting by no means. I've tried it. It's okay. It's just not for me. I'd rather be able to eat when I want periodically and track it that way. But it does work, okay? But I wouldn't advise somebody who's never done a fitness program before to jump right on it, because if you notice, the people that are preaching it, they're already in some pretty good shape. They've done it before. They've already gotten their bodies. They got a better understanding of how their bodies, adapt to food, okay? But they are people that have been doing it a long time, just like myself. I understand how food responds to people's bodies. So everyone's different, okay? But you don't know as an individual when and why to make adjustments in your program. Say only they do. That's why they preach. They're going to try to sell you the program, but they're going to give you like a window to the kingdom, but not the keys to the kingdom, okay? So stop skipping meals. Make sure that you're eating periodically throughout the day. That is the number one universal way for your metabolism to increase, okay? Bad habit number 3. Not cooking your own meals. Guys, there's no better way to know what goes into your food than you cooking it yourself, okay? Too many people are leaving the house in the morning, again, if they're not eating breakfast, or they might grab something quick and go, like something small, and when they get to work, they're buying takeout, okay? They're getting something. You don't normally know how much actual salt, fats, even sugars that could possibly be going into your food, okay? If you're picking up food from work, or if you're going to school, you don't know what's in the food truly. So, no better way to know what goes into your food than to prepare it yourselves. A lot of people these days are getting away from actually preparing your own meals. Why? If there's too many ways, such as Google, you can go on Google and it'll teach you how to make your food. It'll tell you how long it needs to go in the oven, how to add your ingredients, when to add your ingredients, for those of you who are not that savvy in the kitchen. But buying fresh product, it's not that hard. To go to the grocery store, pick up fresh produce, fresh meats, just grill it, boil something in the pot if it's fresh, how to saute it in the pan, how to use pressure cookers. There's all kinds of material on the internet, especially with YouTube and Google, that'll teach you how to do things like this. But it's not even that people don't do it because they don't know how. We really, as a society, just gotten lazy with it. People just don't want to cook their own foods. They're not setting aside the time to prepare their own meals. They want it quick and on the go. And if you're wanting to enter into a healthier lifestyle, okay, the person who is more active, who moves a lot more, will definitely see better results, and in a shorter amount of time, if they were to start preparing their own foods. Now, I'm not saying you need to cook every meal. Like if you're eating 4 or 5 or even 6 meals a day, some people are eating more than that. I wouldn't advise you to try to cook 4, 5, 6 times a day. Some of us, like myself, I might cook my breakfast in the morning, but I'm actually cooking 2 meals and I can do it in under 5 minutes. And then I've got 2 meals that I eat throughout the day as well, that I've already meal prepped on that Sunday And that I got meal prep food for 2 meals each day that'll get me till about Thursday, and then I'll meal prep again for the next few days. I actually have some clients, some friends that actually meal prep for the entire week, but I'm different. Some people are like me. I don't like having food in the refrigerator that long, but I do know that the refrigerator is actually for preservation. It also keeps certain foods cold, but that's just me, and I'll cook my dinner again every night if I'm having 5 meals. And then on other days, sometimes I need that 6th meal, maybe my calories are a little low or the protein intake with certain meals will do that, but I map that out, I make sure that I get it. Okay, so number 3, not cooking your meals. Start cooking your own meals. There are restaurants we can go to. It's a little bit harder on your pocket, but if you go to chain restaurants, like, just chain restaurants, these are not fast food restaurants. I don't want to drop any names because I don't want anybody giving me, getting upset with me because of false advertising, but chain restaurants is places that have fresh foods. They get fresh foods all the time. They freshly prepare it per meal. These are some of your chain restaurants. Some of your Chinese and Japanese restaurants as well. They'll do fresh white rice, fresh meats, fresh vegetables. So just be mindful. It's fast food that we got to stay away from. There's very few, if any, items at fast food restaurants that we can eat on a healthier lifestyle. Okay, so but it's easier on the pocket if you buy it. And guys, listen, it's not more expensive to eat healthy. Okay, it does. You get more food for your money. You're getting more food to cook in a higher abundance. Okay, but the people who think it's more expensive, what they're doing is they're buying these foods at the grocery store, and then they're still buying takeout, and they're trying to figure out why they're spending so much money because they're not cooking their own foods. And then a lot of times these foods are sitting in the refrigerator and getting bad. Okay, cook it, make it. Don't cook the same thing over and over either. That is a good way to get bored with the same foods over and over. Get some variety in your program. Get some ideas. Change it up a little bit, okay? All right, number 4. Not drinking enough water. Our bodies are 70% water. There's 2 ways that the body gets rid of body fat. And I'm sorry, there is only 2 ways, okay? Some people say that sweating is getting body fat out of your system, but honestly, that's not correct. Sweating of the body, if you go to the gym and say, I'm gonna get my sweat on, that's no different than saying I'm going to the gym to cool off. That's what sweating is. It's our body's ability to cool off. The 2 primary ways that we expel body fat from our systems is urination, so that means number 1 and number 2. Urination in feces. So what does that mean? We drink more water, we lose more weight. Yes, that's exactly what it means, but more water's in our body means more energy. It actually gives our bodies ability to push food through our systems and flood our bodies with more nutrients and vitamins and minerals, okay? Think about it as a garbage disposal. A garbage disposal, you would just turn it on and then run a little bit of water and then turn the water off and run it and hope the food goes down. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to keep that water running. Let it push it through the pipes. Eating's kind of the same way. You don't turn that garbage disposal on real quick and then turn it back off. It's not necessarily going to grind all that food up. Then when you try to add more food in the garbage disposal, it's just going to build on top of that. That's the same way your body basically works. If you want that garbage disposal to run effectively, you have to let the water run, turn the garbage disposal on, let it run, okay? And let that water constantly run through the pipes and flush it out and let it push it into the system. Eating is the same way. If you eat periodically, it's going to keep pressing that food through there, and you keep running that garbage disposal. That garbage disposal running is exercising. It's your ability to flush your bodies constantly and use what you're taking in, okay? The body stores things like sugars and preservatives. It doesn't know what that stuff is. It's not capable of breaking it completely down in your system, so it lingers around for a little while. 9 times out of 10, no, there's not enough activity for you to process out some of those impurities in your body. So, number 4, not drinking enough water. Water is essential. If you don't like the taste of water, maybe being too addicted to sugars is going to be your primary reason why you don't like the taste of water. Okay, but there are others out there that can flavor your water. There's certain products out there that are sugar-free that you can flavor your waters with and keep it real. Or you can if it's a little bit more expensive to go this route, maybe put some fresh fruit in there, chop it up just enough to flavor the water. But if your goal is weight loss, I'd be very careful on how much fruit you're putting in your water and how much of it you're eating. Okay? Number 5. Okay? Binge eating. A lot of clients will tell me that they have a problem, or they've had a problem in the past with binge eating. Binge eating just means that when somebody gets to the end of the day, all of a sudden that this just hunger hits them, and it feels like they can't eat enough food. It feels like they're not feeling their bodies. It feels like their bodies. It feels like they're just really, really hungry, and they just keep eating and eating and eating. And before you know it, you've eaten gobs of food. You're getting ready to go to bed at night. You're depressed because you ate so much of that food, and it's like, you go to sleep, you wake up in the morning, you're tired, you're groggy, you don't eat again till lunch, and then you go all day, you're trying to lose this weight, and then dinner hits, and it's like, okay, why am I getting this craving again every night? The problem is you're not a binge eater per se. It means you don't have a binge eating problem. Your problem is you have a starvation problem. Your body is very smart. It wants to make up for what you're not doing during the day. If you're not eating enough food, if you're skipping meals, if you're eating small little calorie portion meals, and then you want to know why your body is having trouble feeling full at the end of the day, it's because it is starving. Based on your activity level, even if you're sedentary, even if you're sitting down, your body needs a certain amount of calories in order to not only survive, but to keep energized, to think, okay? Those of you who are trying to do low carb diets, the low carb, who do you know is still on a low carb diet today? Meaning it's something that they stay on because you can. Truly, in the nature behind a low carb diet, it's just a quick way for somebody who doesn't work out to lose weight. A lot of doctors are preaching to clients today and their patients about how, okay, well, if you're not working out, Mr. Smith or Mrs. Smith, then you need to get on low carb because that'll help you lose weight, okay, without exercising. But the true nature behind exercising is we have to have carbs to replace the glycogen storage. Yes, you're gonna have programs out there that say, you need to, convert your fat in your body, but see, fat is just toxins. It's a buildup of waste in your body. So what kind of energy levels do you expect to get from fat buildup? And that is another subject, but I'll get into that a little bit more in depth in another video. But we need, okay, to eat periodically throughout the day, so we're not wanting to binge eat at night. Okay, binge eating is not a problem itself. Your problem is a starvation problem. Stop starving yourself. Eat plenty of food throughout the day. Okay, make sure it's fresh. All right, next one. 6, working out on an empty stomach. Okay, so some of you may have heard of fasting cardio or fasting workouts. Guys, if you are just getting into the health and fitness industry, or if you're just getting on a healthy fit lifestyle, last thing you need to worry about is when an appropriate fasting workout should happen. Okay, fasting workouts are for people who have already been in the program. They have a high metabolism, and it's benefiting them because maybe they want to do that. Okay, I'm not saying eat and then immediately after you eat, work out. Honestly, the body still needs roughly about an hour and a half to break a meal down in order to get it into your system, so you can use that energy storage in order to get an adequate workout. So some people who are in higher conditioning, like myself, yes, I can eat and then get right to the workout. Is it benefiting me? No, not necessarily. But if I absolutely had to, I could. But I would much rather eat and then give it at least an hour and a half before I work out, before I do, after I eat, but to get effective workout, okay? So that's actually better for you, all right? Trying to come in and then going to the gym and you haven't eaten since 12, you're getting off work at 5 and 6, and you're trying to get a workout in, and then you're going home, it's not benefiting you. You're going to burn far less calories, if any at all, on an empty stomach trying to get a workout in. And you know what, honestly, if you're not eating periodically throughout the day, most of you are going to have dead workouts anyway. You're going to dread going to the gym. You try to figure out why you're always constantly talking yourself out of going to the gym, because your energy levels are so low because you're not eating. You're not eating proper foods throughout the day, okay? And all this not eating, all 1 through 5 especially, these types of eating patterns are found in people who are more than likely have diabetes, who have high blood pressure, you have irritable sleep patterns at night, you're not getting the right kind of sleep. So all this causes a type of stress in your body. Most people think stress is outside, things going on in your life, work related, family related, relationships related, but stress is also internal. Internal stress is caused from the way we eat. When you have internal stress, that internal stress also leads to depression. Some people say, well, I'm not depressed, I'm not like that, but depression could be created from inside. Depression is not getting the right kind of sleep, waking up constantly throughout the night, waking up for hours at a time, and then, binge eating. Binge eating is from stress. It's because your body is not in a balance, okay? So keep that in mind. And, that's another topic as well that I'd like to talk about in another video. But, guys, by the way, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe. If you have any comments, please listen below. Any questions that you have, I'd love to shine some more light on this. And guys, I just want to go ahead and tell you very upfront, I am very direct. I'm very honest with you. I'm not going to beat around the bush about anything. But guys, I try to do my best to be subtle with the things that I say. But sometimes you just have to be very direct with people and get them to understand that what you're doing is wrong. And so, but hey, I love doing it. Thanks, guys. Like, please. Number 7, this is the last one I'll talk about today. All right, so number 7 is not exercising. So, guys, our bodies are designed to stay moving. Going back to thousands of years ago when we were running and walking the plains, that's how our bodies have evolved. We are designed to stay moving. Our bodies over time, if we get sedentary, things start to atrophy, like our muscles, especially if we're not getting enough proteins in our bodies, our muscles will atrophy. What happens when that happens? Well, things start to go wrong in our bodies. Yeah, we start getting aches and pains anywhere because basically our bones are resting on each other instead of our muscles holding up our posture is holding up our stature and everything that we have. Our basic building block of life is amino acids. So that comes from proteins, okay? Our muscles is everything in our body. Our organs are muscles, okay? So everything in our body is pure muscle. When we're not eating enough, we're not feeding our bodies enough food. So it keeps us from having the energy levels in order to work out. So not exercising. Okay? So not exercising. Guys, we are designed to stay moving. Keep that in mind. We cannot go days on end without doing something. We need activity every day. I'm not saying go to the gym and do a workout every day, because honestly, with people just getting into the exercise and health and fitness world, most of the time we just stress that you try to do at least 3 days a week to start. Start that as a base program. It could be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It could be a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. But just start 3 days a week for about 1 hour. And no, you don't have to go nonstop 1 hour. Go easy. When you get into the gym, the biggest mistake that people make when they start a fitness program is they think that just because they go in there and they get themselves the workout of their life, or you got trainers out there that think that they are just some hot stuff because they just put one of these people that have never been in the gym through the workout of their life. They're in pain. That person who just started fitness is in pain. They're sore the next day. And the chances of that person coming back is almost zero. You can't dread the gym in the beginning. You need to go to the gym and make your workout as easy as possible. I repeat, even myself, as easy as possible. You should enter that workout. It should be very lightweight. It should be a very minimal workout, okay? And it should feel that you barely did anything that day, but trust me, your body knows you did something different, okay? The type of workouts that you do in the gym are very important. There's another topic that I'll bring up in another video when it comes to people coming to the gym and some of the issues and some of the actual problems that people coming in, they've been in the gym for months on end at a time, and all they've done is cardio, and they're trying to figure out why they haven't lost any weight. Well, there's a reason behind that, and I'll talk about that in another video. But you need to exercise. Your body must stay moving, okay? So how much activity we have throughout the day based on how much activity we basically are to sedentary life versus the amount of activity. Once the activity level exceeds the sedentary activity, then you're going to be burning more calories, okay? So don't keep in mind though too, another way of exercising is how often you eat. Most people think, oh, I exercise at the gym, you know, I work out at home, but that's not the only type of exercising I'm talking about. Here's something that a lot of people don't share with you in regard to how your body works. Every time you digest a meal in your body is exercising. Let me repeat that. Every time you digest a meal, you are burning calories. Your muscles at the gym get a workout, so they're burning calories too. What about the involuntary muscles of your system? Let's talk about that. Those are right here. Your metabolism is basically consisting of your digestive system. Every time you feed a meal to your digestive system, it needs to burn calories in order to break that meal down. And your body has to burn energy in order to get those minerals and vitamins and nutrients to the rest of your body, okay? It takes time to do that. So therefore, every time you eat, you are burning calories. So let's eat all day long and we will burn calories. Yes, that is exactly how we burn calories. That is exactly how our body says, hey, we're getting enough food, so we don't need this body fat to survive on anymore. Think about that. The little calorie meals, the small little calorie meals, your body's taking that and it's still saying, hey, this isn't enough food. We need more food than this. We're not going to burn fat because it's still not getting enough food. We're going to store this. But if you eat periodically throughout the day, you eat enough food, your body's going to say, hey, I don't need this body fat anymore. I'm burning so much energy trying to break this food down, which is a good thing because it's flooding your body with vitamins and nutrients. That's why you get more energy from it. That's why your metabolism goes up and your metabolic rate. So it skyrockets, especially if you start on a program within the first week or two, you notice a huge difference, okay? So, not exercising. You need to eat periodically throughout the day. You're burning calories during that. Then you go to the gym, you're working out during the week, you're burning calories doing that. The repair process that your body is undergoing after the workout, when you're doing certain workouts and routines, takes a few days to repair, so you're burning calories from that. You literally become a fat burning machine, okay, from changing these primary things. These top 7 habits that people do not do, okay, that could change their whole health and fitness way about looking at things. So these simple 7 ways, okay, that are bad habits, okay, the bad habits, the 7 primary bad habits of people and why they have trouble losing weight, why they have trouble staying on programs, and why they have, you know, what they're doing in their lives to get them to their current state, whether it be overweight, whether have conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, but you know, over time this stuff also leads to bad backs, bad knees, bad elbows, bad shoulders, all kinds of stuff, you know. So guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. Again, please like and subscribe. Any comments you have or suggestions for any other videos, let me know. Thanks again. I'll talk to you later. Michael Cherokee, out.